Yeah, my daughter's adorable. Me and my baby mother can be cordial. I got full custody, I can give you the tutorial. Never gave a fuck about a gray area. Shit is white and black like an Oreo. Don't need the morning show, yeah. What? That's the Holy Ghost star, yeah.
Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now watching Flight Michaels in the WW flights, motherfucker, and I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucker responsibilities. And right now, I want to talk about this. Success is not something you did. Success is something you catch. So I might even title this video, Success is a Virus. This the troll. But for the most part, in so many aspects, that's how you have to look at it. Because a virus can play out in many different ways, especially when we're talking about the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. It ain't into the 3rd dimension a virus start affecting you physically. You know what I'm saying? Virus starts way ahead of time. So you got some good viruses, some bad viruses. Some viruses that teach you how to transform and create a more sufficient spaceship or body, and then you have some viruses that tear that shit down and create illnesses and shut your whole organization down, aka your organisms, your organization. So, you know, let's break this shit the fuck down, because you know I'm here for my motherfucking soul group. And we need to lighten back up, because all these retrograde planets and shit like that got everybody up under dark clouds. And I'm up under the dark clouds, I just know how to utilize it for what I need to utilize it for. So I already got umbrellas and shit and things of that nature. But when it's a storm in the astral realm that we're all experiencing, we're still all going through the storm. So you just have others who may be mad at others who have umbrellas. You see what I'm saying? That's all that be about. So for the most part, let's get this shit broken down. Now, success is something you catch. Why is that? Because the reason why success is something you catch, because you catch it by being in a certain frequency vibration. This is why people can become unsuccessful. Or, this, in the same sense, this is why someone could obtain and stay successful. But the meaning and reasoning to that is because they're vibrating in a certain frequency. So success is something you catch. Now, what is being successful? Now, we create a lot of things amongst this world, right? We create a bunch of things amongst this world. But they really mean nothing, because it's purely just our imagination that we want to take shape and form out of. But we need some source. We need some power. And since we are lower entities, we need it from higher entities. A source of power to act as electricity to ignite that shape and form that we constantly keep creating for ourselves the moment we keep being consciously aware of shit. So, for an example, that can become as an idea or whatever. So, this power and source, where is that? How do you get it? This is where you get into the concept of transits, right? And alignments. And this is what every civilization was trying to understand. So, based upon celestial beings, you know that source is outside of the source you can attach to. So you have no choice but to call it a higher source. Whether you want to call it an entity, a deity, a being. Save me with all y'all lost logical shit. At the end of the day, it's a higher source than fucking you. So understanding how these sources is correlated based upon space and location, you will be able to understand how to access or understand where these energies you always get affected and influenced by are coming from. That's all it is. Be smart. Now, check this out. Now, the stuff that we create, it go through time periods, aka it travels through the spaces and locations along with us, because it's our creations. So it's here with us, traveling along with us. See? Got a steak and shit. My wooden steak for all these vampires out here have been attacking me lately. But yeah, don't let a vampire slayer, goddamn. But look, yeah, these transits and alignments is actually give these things energy. So we can utilize that energy and make something that we created work for how we see it. And the energy that we give it, and the more willpower we give it, the more influence this will have. So every time somebody see this, they will picture you with it, or you can utilize this to gain something in your life or to get over something. But this is just an example. But the better you understand the alignments and the energies we're going through right now, the better you know how to access the actual source of it and be able to utilize it until you know what you're doing. Other than letting these influences utilize you to the point that you get mad and upset and frustrated, and then you lash out. Instead of the energy, instead of you putting the energy into something you created, you put the energy into something somebody else created. So you play as the devil now. You play as the oppressor now, as the opposer. You try to tear down somebody else's idea or concept or them physically. You try to transform them physically instead of trying to transform your dream and imagination of the weapon that you're using to transform somebody outside of you. See what I'm saying? Shit be motherfucking deep out in this motherfucker. So when we talk about transits and alignments, that gives us a period of time. So whatever we have created is in a period of time where it's sharing certain energies that want to relate to that in a certain way. So here's where we come to where a frequency vibration actually has energy now, right? So for the most part, if you are resonating with that frequency vibration, then you will be able to experience all the energies that come out of that, aka the shapes and forms, the lights, the stars, the money, or fame, or whatever. You would get to experience all the shapes and forms that come out of that energy, right? Now, what do I mean by that? Now, here's the thing, right? The things we created here, let's say we created businesses, we created jobs, we created systems, and we created certain things. Now, these things is going to expire, but as long as they stand the time, going through these time periods the same way we go through the time periods, aka transits, right? Then these energies is going to experience the same, like the energies that's on the world is how we're supposed to utilize things to manipulate what's in front of us. So for the most part, say you're trying to get into a business, right? That business may be already carrying a certain frequency vibration. So if you're not aligning yourself in that same frequency vibration, you're not going to experience any energies out of that. Now, reason why I say understanding alignments and transits, because we may be going through a particular alignment at that period of time, like Venus may be trining Jupiter, or like whatever like that. It may be a certain alignment where if you access that energy, that shape and form, aka the illusion, the conscious, the energy of it can be created in the way how you see fit. So it could be just McDonald's, but McDonald's be see fit the way you see fit. So if you accessing the energies the way that it's supposed to be accessed that day, you might be the person who get a raise before somebody else at McDonald's. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to let me get out of 5D, 5th and 4th dimension real fast, so I can break it down for these third dimensional people real quick. Let me hit this. Let me break it down for y'all. Okay, I got it. Okay, now it's like a wave, and you have to catch the wave. Now, depending on the wave, the wave ain't necessarily negative or positive. It's only negative or positive based upon how it relate to you. If you go into that space and the stuff that's going on in that space is relative to you, certain shit is negative and certain shit is positive to you, then that's to you. But this space and orb or this cloud or this alignment in general has nothing to do with negativity and positivity. So that's what you need to know. It's just a group of alignment and angles that's carrying out a orb or energy that everybody is experiencing at the time. And based upon how you experience it, based upon what your own alignment, that's on you. Now, here's the thing, right? That act as like a wave. A wave. Now, this wave right here can be played out through many different things we got set up here for ourselves. Like the businesses we created for ourselves. If you're a musician, if you're an actor, actress, you know what I'm saying? It plays out through all of that shit also, because that shit is here along with us. Now, here's the thing. If you are accessing that energy, right? If you are in that frequency vibration, in the right spectrum, then you're going to start to manifest experiences of the people, places, and things that represent that frequency vibration also. So you're going to start to gravitate and manifest scenarios where you start seeing other people that represent the same frequency vibration that you are in. So you end up being in the right place, right time. You end up meeting the right people. You know what I'm saying? You end up having the right thing or having the right credential, just right for what's needed at this period of time we're going through at the moment, aka the transits and locations. And boom, you catch that. So this is why you don't know how to handle it as soon as you get it. You have to experience it on spot. You have to develop that conscious body. You have to develop those suns and stars and lights and informations about that based upon resonation. Now, you have resonated yourself into that area by being in that frequency vibration. So your spirit is already there. So if you feel successful into whatever you're trying to do, your spirit is already in that energy. I don't care if you're going to a sloppy job and it's showing you that you're not successful. Your paycheck ain't shit. But if you're looking at it like, shit, this is more successful than something else, you're in that spirit, then in so many shapes and forms, the more you stay in that, you're putting your frequency in a different frequency vibration. So the universe and God has no choice but to bring those same energy signatures that represent that frequency vibration to you. And the energy signature will play out as a person, place, or thing. Part of the illusion and conscious realm, what came last. But you have to start it in the subconscious realm. You have to start it with what you resonate with. If you're a person who constantly are in angry spirits, but you're doing what you have to do, you're doing what you have to do, but your spirit keep resonating with nasty shit. So you're going to keep manifesting, eventually, in your physical part, you're going to keep manifesting scenarios of people, places, and things that spark the idea in your head that you constantly just have to do what you have to do. But you have to put your spirit in a place first. It has to be in that realm. Remember what they say, when the mind leaves, the body leaves last. You know what I'm saying? So you could be in a relationship, but if your mind is out of that relationship, it's going to be slowly but surely that your body leaves last. But your mind always leaves first. And your mind is a lighter body than your physical body, so your spirit be controlling that shit first. And that's way after the fact still from your spirit. That ain't your spirit, but that's just one of the light bodies that your spirit can jump into to be aware of itself. And that body is lighter than this body. So a lot of times your spirit utilize that body from your solar system to control a lot of the lesser bodies. So that body your spirit have to go into there as a spaceship and leave there first before this one go along with it. Before your spirit be like, all right, let me go get the rest of my shit, the rest of my belongings in my spaceship. Basically. So for the most part, you in a circumstance, in a situation where if you are a successful person, now listen, say we in a transit, like we've been in the transit for a long time, it's switched now, but look at it like this. When Pluto was in Scorpio and shit like that, we was in a circumstance, a situation where the cloud that's coming across may have been a negative one. Well, how y'all look at it is negative. So this is the best way I can explain Pluto and Scorpio and how that whole generation think about things, because I'm part of that generation. Now, when I use this person as an example, I need y'all to understand I do not judge. Right now, I'm bringing myself lower down into y'all third dimensional realm to explain something to y'all. So, Caitlyn Jenner, right? Caitlyn Jenner. Now, this person did a complete sex change. Now, in the period of time he did it in, or she did it in, if I disrespected you, I apologize. But for the most part, whatever the time that this person, Caitlyn Jenner, Bruce Jenner did it in, they did it in a period of time that is more acceptable. Now here's why. They did it in a period of time in a generation of beings with Scorpio, Pluto. Now Pluto represents transformation and power and control issues. Scorpio represents fixed water, being fixated on its own emotions and feelings. Now Pluto loves to be in Scorpio, because Pluto actually rules Scorpio. So whatever energies Pluto and Scorpio have is going to be played out in a relatable and harmonious way, because these are two alignments that like each other. See, this is where we get to the concept of it don't matter if you have conjunctions or trines or sextiles. It depends on what two planets is aligning each other. So that is going to give you a description. So if the conjunction represents your powers, but you got two planets that don't fuck with each other conjuncting, you got bad powers. You a manipulator type of person. You got access to manipulate real good. You got bad powers. You see what I'm saying? So jump into that. But this is why the alignment. So this is why the alignment matters none. What matters is what two actual stars is aligning each other, and that's going to tell you the description of the relationship and the energy signature that you're going to be representing. So for the most part, going back to Caitlyn Jenner, you see what I'm saying? Now, it's in a period of time when Scorpio is in Pluto. So Scorpio is representing fixed water. So this is being fixated on your own desires, your own passions, your own motivations. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, your aggression can stay hidden, and it gives you a lot of creative power to manipulate the outside realm to correlate more to your liking. Now, so you know how to do those little tricks and things of that nature. As far as the Scorpio energy, Pluto is transformation and power and control. So these two planets, this sign and this star is a good time period. But the two energies itself are like dark energies. So it's going to be perceived as what was seen as dark is seen as light now. What was seen as negative is seen as positive now. Now remind you, I'm just going in y'all third dimensional using y'all words right now and shit like that, right? So for the most part, that's how it's going to be looked at. So a person could feel comfortable with transforming themselves. And if you had some power and control issue within yourself and was to lash out and speak down upon Caitlyn Jenner, then you will be looked at as the negative one. Just because of the period of time we are in at the moment. So Caitlyn Jenner used this energy for himself, and then you will be utilizing that energy against somebody. The energy will be using you for shit, and you'll be utilizing that against people. So you'll be looked at as negative no matter how the illusion appears. So I wouldn't even doubt if Caitlyn Jenner wasn't into astrology. They probably watch me or watch another astrologer. This is real shit, y'all. How you think this a lot of shit? For an example, right? You may see a musician that make a terrible song, but they blow up and reach the top of the charts, right? Now you probably sitting back. Now you might get affected by the energies because you don't watch Archangel Uriel, you don't watch Flight Astrology, so you're gonna be quick to get affected by the energies and lash out and try to figure out, why the fuck is this movie successful? Why the fuck is this celebrity successful? Why the fuck is this business successful? And then you get mad at experiencing more situations of you not being successful. But here's what's actually going on here, right? Now, it's a situation where the illusion, look at it like this. A person create the shapes and forms that they spirit want to experience. Whether that shape and form or illusion is negative or positive to you in any matter. This is what I mean by that. Say a person got the second house lord in the 12th house. The second house represents your values, the people, places, and things you value, and your resources. Also, what you have to offer to the world, your talents. You see what I'm saying? Your talents or your gifts or whatever. And it's also where you plant seeds and build your self-esteem. So that's the second house. So when you got a person who got the second house lord in the 12th house, this is a person who is supposed to jump into the energy of valuing their dreams, imagination, creativity, and illusions. Now, that's what the 12th house represents, the subconscious realm, the collective conscious, your dreams, illusions, creativity, and imagination, the lighter body. So when a person jump into their energies, I don't care how it may appear to be, their dreams and imaginations and illusions to you may look like some bullshit. They may even have people in their life trying to put doubt upon them. Like, man, this imagination, this dream you're trying to create is some bullshit. But here's what you're not understanding. This person have the energy to manifest that experience whether you like it or not, regardless of how you look at it. They got the second house lord in the 12th house. So every day they value their dreams, illusions, creativity, and imagination. Every time they take their second house and place it into and utilize that energy into their 12th house. Every time they plant seeds into their dreams and imaginations and dreams and creativities. Every time they take what they have to offer to the world and utilize it for their dreams, imagination, creativity, and illusions. Every time they take their value systems and what they value and make their values, their dreams, illusions, creativity, and imagination, that person's spirit is already in the frequency vibration to experience all the shapes and forms out of that conscious level. So if that energy is represented into another orb that already got a lot of energy and people paying attention to it already floating around in this world, then that person naturally have access to that frequency vibration. So if that frequency vibration is perceived to be looked at as successful to you, this person naturally has it, whether that person look like they're doing what it takes or not to you. That person is going to experience that realm. So you need to look into your own natal chart and align yourself so you don't let these influences affect you, because you don't watch Archangel Uriel and then these energies jump through you to attack this person. You will actually learn how to adjust your own alignment and see what's bad and good for you so you can access the source at that time. And then you will be able to utilize that transit for you, so you will be side by side as a race with this person instead of at angles y'all running towards each other instead of running along with each other. So now y'all separate races instead of one race. This is why one person ain't successful and one person is. This is why one person can go over one person's head. This is why one person is always in another a part of understanding, because they don't understand, and is always a person who's overstanding, who choose not to understand, because that's a form of bringing themselves back down to the person who don't understand. It's so many realms of realities that go to this shit, you know? So when they talk about success is something you catch by being in the right frequency vibration at the time. Now, how you utilize that energy once you get in that frequency vibration is on you. But if you a person who just know how to get in that frequency vibration, then it's all kudos to you. That's like astrologers and shit like that, and the people in y'all, the people in y'all Bibles that y'all love. This is what they was doing and shit like this. Now you may not feel like utilizing your mind and creating your 4th, 5th, and 6th dimensional spaceships, because you may be lazy spiritually, or you may be a baby spiritually. So you may need to be rude in authority and learn from others spiritually until you get to that level. So you may have to live down on a 3rd dimension for like 1,000, 12,000 years and take many different shapes and forms. May even go backwards. You may even take a lower, lesser shape and form, depending on how you act. You may act like a person who's always in fear. So you might go back into the vessel of a possum. Or you may act like a person who's always want to be to themselves and into the dark. So you may come back as a motherfucking raccoon or something like that. Or you may act like a person who always snitching, who always want to tell what another god or another spirit was doing. So you want to spread the word. You want to be a snitch. So you might come back as a motherfucking rat because you think it was some cheese, aka something that was promised to you at the end of the maze. Or you might be a type of person like you might be a leeching person. You want to suck everything dry that's outside of you because you don't got the capabilities to do that. So you may end up coming back as a leech. And if you are wise enough to be a human, and so you only utilize those lower vibrational levels on animalistic natures on a low vibrational scale, you don't do it in a large vibrational scale, then you might come back as a human. But you still come back as a human who's still attached to your animalistic parts of your brain, like the reptilian part of your brain. So y'all start getting into shit like the pineal gland and shit like that, not knowing that these were spirits that have correlated like this before you. And these were like spirits that was in bodies of snakes and reptiles and shit. That was a very low consciousness at that time. So beings who are correlated to that are still clinging on to old civilization type knowledge, and they don't want to create no type of new type of body part that can access them to higher realms and higher chakras and shit like that, or higher existences or dimensions. So they stay wanting to correlate it and come up with the lizard logic, linguistic, language, left brain type of things that they do again, and start to want to justify their emotions and feelings, and come up with religions that'll tell you that getting too much into yourself, aka your internal yin realm emotions and feelings, is bad. So they're led by spirits, the reptilian spirit that didn't know about themselves yet. They was learning about the external world first, and then they started creating you were them in that body creating. We was creating parts of the body parts first. A lot of these beings, the snake beings and stuff like that, was us in the serpent type beings creating the blood vessels and shit in our brains and shit first. A lot of y'all scared to leave that level of life. So y'all keep creating brains in every existence y'all go to. But for the most part, y'all led by that spirit that teach y'all that left brain logic thing and shit like that. And then what have happened is, since those spirits was here before you, those spirits have learned how to reach the center before you. So they have reached their true temple before you. So you're trying to follow those spirits to reach your true temple. But what you're not understanding is these spirits are beings themselves. So you're just giving them more access to stay in the center. So you never genuinely combine your feminine and masculine bodies together. All the stars you created for yourself, or blood cells you created for yourself, or planets or your natures you created for yourself. You end up never blending them together and reach that center spot and end up being able to take your spaceship to fly to the true heaven. You end up clinging on to some spirits that taught you about some left brain shit, and then those spirits that did that got there first. So they're into center. So now they're trying to play the shape and forms and the gods and the lords of that center. And you right here you think that's the center because you're going by their teachings, their learnings, that L, that preacher, teacher type word, the L, and then and love and shit, and you think that's the representation of the center because they got there first, and you think you have to go through them to reach that center, but you never really reach the center. You stay in your left brain because the being that didn't reach the center before you is a left brain being in this existence in general. Like, I don't really know how to explain this realm to y'all. Like, I don't really know. I'm gonna stop this video. But for the most part, I just went somewhere in the 7th and 8th, 9th dimension. Let me get back. I'm gonna stop this video. But for the most part, I'm trying to get y'all to understand that, you know, try not to get lost even in ancient Egyptians and stuff like that. Because they was going through debates and arguments the same way you going through now. So you got some motherfucker who was more powerful. So millions of years later, you got y'all coming here following this cat and creating his kind of shit constantly. So you end up being ruled under his shit subconsciously, and because these beings are controlling your internal realm now from a 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. So you think everything you learning on the 3rd dimension has something to do with you. So, but everything that you are learning in the 3rd dimension was shit left from these beings who are now ascended in the 4th, 5th, and 6th dimension. Like, let me cut this video. Let me cut this video. Flight goes, bitch. But I need y'all to know I love y'all on Earth. Flights. It's the Holy Ghost star, yeah. Flights. It's the Holy Ghost star, yeah. For sure. It's the Holy Ghost star, yeah. Through all of the pain, got me caught in the rain. My higher self been trying to holler my name. It's all in my brain.